Just keep your eyes closed, please. When there is so much of quietude around, so much of stillness, silence around, you can see for yourself. Your disturbance comes from you. In the absence of any type of sound from outside, you can hear almost your mind talking. And that too happens in silence awareness. The reason for withdrawing to isolation is to discover this, that even when the whole world is quiet, your mind continues to talk. Meaning, when you say the mind is talking, it means the thoughts keep coming up. But at no time you must be worried or affected by it, because, as I gave you the example, the thoughts shall continue to come to show you that you are awake, you are conscious. Remember the example of the screensaver in the computer. It lets you know that the computer is awake, not sleeping. On the screen of consciousness, all the thoughts are like screensavers. Please see that. To be at peace with yourself, you don't need the presence or absence of thought. Siddhante Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. Verse number 421, please read. Drushta dukkhe sanudbhiggaha vidyaya prastutam phalam yatkrutam vranti velayam nana karma jugupsitam paschannaro vivekena tatkatham kartumarhati drushta dukkheshu anudvegaha vidyaya prastutam phalam yatkrutam vranti velayam nana karma jugupsitam paschannaro vivekena tatkatham kartumarhati. So, you see the ultimate result of this knowledge about yourself. Where you are, or he says, Shanti, absolute fulfillment, peace with yourself. It begins with the Vairagya, dispassion. Remember those first lectures, dispassion. And because of the dispassion, when your mind is ready, bodha, then you get the knowledge of yourself, vairagya, bodha, bodhasya uparate phalam. More and more you are aware, there is a natural withdrawal from the world in a sense. No more the world imposes itself upon you. In the ignorant stage, usually the person thinks he is tempted by the sense object. That language change. You know now, no object tempts you. Because you have the weakness inside yourself, therefore you get tempted by the object. That is where you no more blame this creation. You are withdrawn. This withdrawn does not mean indifference. That language you must understand. A person who remains happy with itself, chooses to be alone, that does not mean he shuns company or is tired of the creation. So comfortable with himself that he doesn't want to go anywhere, doesn't want to do anything. That is his choice. And such a person also can choose to get himself involved with everything. When you are happy with yourself, you are restful with yourself, you can be in your own home, comfortable. Confined to the four walls of a room, comfortable. You step out of the room, go into the wide, wide world, comfortable. Because you are at rest with yourself. That is why meditation. Understand? When you say the word meditation, please understand, you are totally at rest with yourself. That's samadhi, where you are with yourself, alone, nirvikalpa, no modifications, comfortable. Savikalpa, with the whole creation, with all the objects, with every perception, then also no problem, because you are with yourself. Just like a very rich man, now playing the role of a beggar, or he is playing with his riches, both way comfortable. But if a poor person pretends to be rich, it becomes much more disastrous, because he loses further. Are you getting that? When the poor man pretends to be rich, he doesn't have money, but he wants to throw a party to impress people. He wants to celebrate a marriage lavishly, borrowing. Poor man, but pretends to be rich, further impoverished. Same way, a person who is conscious, awakened, aware of himself, suppose he pretends to be angry, the moment the situation is over, anger also goes. But the person who is ignorant and he pretends to be compassionate, pretends to be kind, that kindness will last only for some time until he gets the last straw. Then he will explode. That is why you can see the so-called good people. They go on pushing. There is a threshold. In ignorance, there is a threshold. In wisdom, there is no threshold. Wisdom means infinity. Anything you can swallow, anything you can accept, anything you can live with. Whereas in case of ignorance, there is always, your kindness has a limit. Your goodness has a limit, because you are pretending to be good. You are pretending to be kind. Understand? You are pretending to be good, pretending to be kind, therefore, the moment your interest is hampered, you are a devil. You explode, because you can't take it anymore. And that is where the person will complain. Everybody exploits my goodness. Then why did you become good? If you are complaining, are you getting that? If you are complaining that everybody is exploiting my goodness, then why are you becoming good? You can't take it. Understand? Must see it clearly. That is why in ignorance, if you pretend to be nice, it becomes more dangerous. Whereas in wisdom, even if you pretend to be nasty and angry, that is for a cause. It's like a blessing. Only because the other person is making a mistake, you point it out. But you don't have your personal axe to grind. There is nothing. Therefore, you are always happy with yourself. So, when you get this knowledge, Shanti, absolutely blissful with yourself at all times, all places, all conditions. So, being alone is not that you are tired of the world. You don't need anything. And when you are going into the world, for its own sake, something to be done, therefore I do it. In your living, there is no touch of stress, strain, push of any kind. A very, very restful person, always in meditation. Okay, so that's what he says. How it happens? Drushta dukhesu anudvegah vidyayaha prasutam phalam. Vidyayaha prasutam prakrutam phalam. The result of which is a natural expression of vidya, the wisdom, knowledge of yourself, is drushta dukkheshu anudvegaha. Anudvegaha, no anxiety. Drushta dukkheshu, dukkheshu, in the difficulties, miseries, discomforts of drushta, that is seen, heard, tasted, touched, smelt. While coming across apparent difficulties, adversities, conflicts of life, this person always free from anxiety. See that beauty. Therefore, what does it mean? However wise you may be, you cannot escape the situations which brings conflict, confusion. Are you getting that? Usually the person has an idea that once you are a wise man, everything is cool. No. Just because you are wise, the world is not going to treat you nicely. They shall throw every type of situation at you. Nature will unfold every type of situation at you. Just because you are wise, that does not mean in winter you will feel warm. And if there is a flood comes, a wise man's house, so it goes around your house and doesn't go into your house. Don't have that type of imagination, please. You are as much vulnerable to any natural disaster as anybody else. Difficulties will come. That is why Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, Dukkheshu, exact language is taken, Dukkheshu anudvigna mana, Sukheshu vigata spruha, Vitaraga bhaya krodha, Stita dhiri muniruchyate. Who is the person who is wise? Awakened unto himself, Dukkheshu anudvigna mana. There shall be uncomfortable situations coming around you. But the sign of the wise man is there is no anxiety. Understand? Sukheshu vigata spruha. There shall be no sukheshu vigata spruha. There shall be sukha, but there is no spruha. Sukha means, understand, sukheshu, sukha prapa ghatana. Sukha means there will be comfortable situation. There shall be comfortable situation in life. But then vigata spruha, there is no more any desire that it should continue. Because you know, everything comes to an end. So please see, so beautiful. There shall be disease for the body. There shall be old age for the body. There shall be people who shall cause different types of inconveniences to you. There shall be natural situations also where there can be inconveniences. But what is the nature of the wise person is anudvigna. There is no anxiety. Remember I gave you a statement long time back? Don't ask why the person is talking something nonsense to you. Ask, why am I reacting like that? You cannot change the situations, but you can change your reactions. Every situation you cannot control. Certain situations you can control. Are you getting that? Very, very certain situations you can control. Like a ticket has to be purchased for your travel. Instead of waiting until the last moment, purchase it 10 days before. You are control. Because you are far-sighted, you have controlled it. So you got the ticket in your hand. But the plane will leave in time or not in time, is it in your hand? There is another management. The train will come in time or not come in time, is it in your hand? Somebody else. You go to another country, there is a big country-wide strike, everything paralyzed, 3 days. What do you do? Tsunami, earthquake, something somewhere come, 10 days. What do you do? Is it in your control? So when such a situation comes, how do you face it? Anudvigna mana, no anxiety. You want to do something about it. See, no anxiety does not mean not to plan again. See, people become impractical. That is why the trouble. Suppose 10 days, I was in 9/11. It was there, that day I was in Los Angeles. In the morning, my host phones up because that is already 6:30 there and 9 o'clock. 6:30 it happened now, 3 o'clock in Los Angeles. Everybody is sleeping. So when we got up at around by 5:30, already everything is over. 8:30, everything is over. So this man goes to the office, comes to know about it because we don't watch TV. So we don't know anything about it. That person suddenly phones me, Swamiji, put on the TV. Then I put on the TV immediately. What happened? Oh my God! At first I thought it's some type of a movie, because big building and plane going. You don't see a plane crashing into the. That's not a airliner, commercial airliner. You don't believe that. So I thought some type of movie going on. Then when you listen to it, because I got up and watching it. Oh my God! Okay. That is a national disaster, international disaster. Personal confusion is what? And next day I am supposed to fly to Auckland, New Zealand. 10 days close. They are personal. That is nothing. Imagine people whose father was dead, mother is dead, brother is dead, sister is dead, hundreds of people dead, thousands of people in that building dead. I mean, you understand those disasters, just amazing disasters. It has its, like a wave effect. It goes down, 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 down. How many people are destroyed? Just imagine, round the world. Okay. Now, therefore suddenly you don't show your wisdom, say, what happened? These people, there is a huge, there's a plane crashed into the World Trade Center and there is a problem. So can you say, everything is Brahman. I am no anxious at all. What is there to be anxious? Yes, that happened. You must be really insensitive. You can't do that. You recognize the inconveniences. Everything is out of control now. But therefore, what else? Shall I sit down quietly? No, you plan again. Immediately you plan accordingly. Like, you want to take an example. I'll give a beautiful example, modern day example. These days, when you go in a car, you don't have to ask somebody the road way. You have got the, what is that one? Satellite, GPRS. You have got the satellite thing, you put that on your car and put the address. Enough. A voice will come up. 100 meters go, yes, now. And the Japanese, German thing is, now, go now. Left turn, right turn, 100 feet, 200 feet, everything will say. Listen carefully. As you are going, so you don't ask anybody, you are going. Now, you take a wrong turn. Suppose you take a wrong turn, the person will say, immediately it will come, new route. It will not fight with you. It won't say, suppose there is a passenger who says, I told you to go on the right and you are going left, that the fellow will fight with you. Suppose it is your wife sitting down, or man sitting down, or a friend sitting down, they immediately argument. I told you to go right, what are you going left on? There is immediately argument. But this one doesn't argue with you. What does he do? Behaves like a wise man. New route. Understand? See, why? When situations changes in life, you have to take a new turn. There is no anxiety. What can I do? I wish there would have been no earthquake, there would have been no cyclone, no tsunami, nobody being dead, nobody being killed. Everything will be going in a particular way. But suddenly something will happen. You are planning everything, your husband is dead. You are planning everything, your woman is gone. You are planning everything. The child for whom you are planning everything, the child is gone. What do you do? It happens every day in life. Please. That Alexander Onassis, the big Greek tycoon, richest man those days, Onassis empire, his only son died in a plane crash. The person also grew old and died quickly. Only son, supposed to rule over $1 billion empire. He must be grooming him. He will take care. Now he is dead. Are you getting that? It happens in everybody's life. So should he be miserable? Or you should plan again? Be miserable if you feel like also, be miserable. But you are not anxious, there is no anxiety. You are feeling the misery, feeling the pain, at the same time planning for the next trip. This is wisdom. Wisdom is not indifference or talk nonsense. What is there to be angry? What is there to feel unhappy? What? This is where you give the impractical situation. So you pretend to be as though nothing is affected. Deep inside you are deeply affected, but outside just to show off to other people. No. Deep within you are absolutely restful. The ignorant man is observed around. The ignorant man is outside very peaceful, deep within devastated, destroyed, miserable. Wise man is deep within absolutely, in himself absolutely peaceful, outside functioning according to the need, going with the tide. But at no time is disturbed within, like the eye of the cyclone. You see, when the cyclone is going round and round and round, that huge wheel of a cyclone, when you see the picture, the center of the cyclone is absolutely peaceful. What they call as the eye of the cyclone. The eye of the cyclone is absolutely peaceful. There are some daredevil pilots. They take the plane through the eye of the cyclone. Because it's so peaceful, absolutely steady. But periphery, there is tremendous movement. Wise man is like that. Deep within, it's like eye of the cyclone. Mind, body, creation, continuously changing. But himself is the changeless. You understand that point? So beautiful. So, dukkhesu anudvignamana. By chance such a situation comes. Same time, sukhesu vigataspruha. Suppose there are comfortable situations are there, it should happen beautiful weather. There is no such compulsion that this should continue, this should continue. There is nothing wrong in expecting. But if it changes, you don't feel affected. There is no resistance for the change of good weather. You are not welcoming, you are not wishing for bad weather, but there is no resistance to change of the good weather. So there is no resistance to people changing. Because anytime people may change. Understand? Human beings being human beings, please. There is no unfaithful dog. Because dog means faithful. They are programmed. Human being, only entity which is totally unpredictable. The person may say today, he will help you out, he will dump you and go. The person can say, he shall do anything for you, but suddenly the person is nowhere near. It can happen. Only for the human beings it can happen. Why? There are selfish interest. Animals don't have that selfish interest. Doesn't have that. You can't escape those changes in relation to human beings. Therefore, dukkhesu anudvignamana, always free from anxiety, absolutely peaceful. Yat krutam bhranti velayam nana karma juguschitam paschannaro vivekena tatkatam kartumarhati. And whatever by chance, jugupsitam karmam, ninditam karmam, during his ignorance, when he did not know about himself, he was doing many things which are not very commendable. He might have been angry, or restless, cruel, hurting, insensitive. Those things the person does not do anymore. Why? Please understand. When you are, listen carefully, when you feel, if you feel hurt in life, H-U-R-T, if you feel hurt in life, you cannot resist hurting others. If somebody can make you miserable, you cannot resist making the other person more miserable so that you feel comfortable. The ignorant man solving the problem of pain is, if you make me miserable, I will make you so much more miserable that I feel comfortable. Are you getting? That is the ignorant man's way of handling. You made me miserable. You took away 100,000 rupees from me, you didn't give me. Okay, I'll make you lose 5 lakhs rupees. I may not get it, but you lose 5 lakhs rupees. So when your loss is more than mine, my loss doesn't matter to me. That is the type of thing. You create a problem for me. I'll create such a bigger problem for you that I feel comfortable. Not by creating bigger problem for you, my problem is not solved, but I feel comfortable. Just like it happens naturally. When suppose somebody is dead in your house, and that is the time the president of a country dies. Oh, really? If presidents can die, my people can die. You accept it. Just think. The poor man is very miserable about that he can't, there is a problem where his daughter's marriage. Now suddenly discover the rich man's daughter also run away with somebody, or sons run away with somebody. That can happen in those families. What to talk of ours? It's natural. You accept it. That is why in the drama, in a Shakespearean drama we are reading, everywhere you can see that drama. The hero is supposed to be the great hero. If the king can suffer, that is where it gives you catharsis, a relief. If the king can suffer, if the king can be mad, I can be mad. I can suffer. So you accept your suffering. Understand? So people make that way. If somebody is more miserable, if somebody makes you miserable, you feel hurt, you cannot stop hurting somebody. A child is hitting you. Do you hit the child? Just think. When a child is hitting you, the child is pulling your hair, kicking you, pulling your shirt, pulling your beard. Do you hit the child? No, Papa, don't worry. The child is hitting you, beating you, pulling you. But what are you doing? Nothing. Why? Because you don't feel hurt, the child is nothing like that. And your son says, 20-year-old, same child, 20-year-old says, I'll kick you out of this house. As a child, he was kicking. You are playing with him. As an adult, the child says, I will kick you. He has not kicked, only speaks. What do? Change the will. The fellow shall not be anywhere near my funeral. He shall not inherit anything that I have got. What all I have made is only for charity or somewhere he should go to dogs. 10 dogs will be taken care of, but not this dog. Why? What happened to you? Because he hurt you. When he hurts you, you want to hurt him so bad that you feel very comfortable. Understand? In wisdom, There is no hurt feeling. Listen carefully. Because nobody can touch you. You know when the person is trying to hurt you, it is his ignorance talking. It is his ignorance born arrogance talking. It is ignorance born greed talking. Ignorance born jealousy talking. You know the person is not talking. Please appreciate. I am not telling you joke. Who you are is who the other person is. So the other person is as happy as you are, as free as you are, as immortal as you are. But because the person does not know about himself, he feels hurt. Or he feels proud because of something, therefore he is arrogant. So because of the power, money, youth, position, the arrogance is talking, you forgive them. Why? The fellow doesn't know what he is doing. Another person, not knowing, inferiority complex, very meek, very, sort of surrendering type, very weak. Then his weakness is talking. Power. You accept it. Your acceptance of both extremes of people, sheer arrogance or meekness out of pure weakness, both you accept. And you also know both will change. Just because the person is meek now, don't think he will be meek always. The person can be arrogant next day. And just because somebody is arrogant today, don't think he is always arrogant. The wealth will go, so situations will change, the fellow will be crumbling. So that is where comes acceptance of the wise man for everybody. And as long as I told you, if you feel hurt, you cannot stop hurting people. But when you don't feel hurt, you are a different person altogether, happy with yourself, and therefore you don't do that anymore to people. Jugupsitam karma, ninditam karma, whatever karma you have done before, as you are, because of your ignorance, you are behaving in a particular way. Now, no more you behave that way. The same person. Now you are happy with yourself. Therefore, you continue to live according to the situation, but no more hurting people, exploiting people, making people miserable, because you don't need to do it for your happiness' sake. Please appreciate. That is why your language is nice, your dealings are beautiful, your speech is soothing, your interaction is absolutely flawless. You become like jale jalam, taile tailam. Water in the water, oil in the oil. Murkhe murkha. In the assembly of fools, you are like a fool. A happy man, you are happy. If a person is miserable, you are miserable. It is like a crystal. You reflect. You are reflecting. What the other person, somebody is nice, you are nice. Somebody says, no, I don't like you. Okay, it's not like me. What can I do? I can't impose myself on you. You understand? It becomes so beautiful. Can you be a person like that? Only when, listen carefully, only when you are a pure crystal, you shall reflect everything. If you are a colored glass, you cannot reflect. If your mind is colored, you are angry, you are angry, you are hateful, you are jealous. Are you getting that? You are frustrated, you are miserable. You will not understand other people's emotions because it doesn't reflect. You can't catch up. It is like a tongue which is burnt cannot pick up the taste. It's like the nose which is stuffed nose which is blocked cannot pick up the smell. So the mind which is already preoccupied cannot pick up any sensitivity or any type of emotions from anybody. But when you are a pure crystal, you are happy with yourself, you don't allow your mind to be overwhelmed by your own memory, that is the time you can know in what mood the other person is clear. It's like water, Have you seen, I tell you, nature is the teacher. Nobody teaches more than nature can teach, because nature reflects the wisdom continuously. It is up to you to read it. Pure water, have you seen pure, still water? But the reflections are so clear. Mostly you see it in Western countries, especially the mountains, where there are, these snow peaks and other things, pine forest. Lakes are like a sheet of glass. And then the tree, you don't know where it begins, where it ends, This one will be going like this, that one will be going like that. That is also another inverted forest. It is so beautiful, clean it is. In that type of water, if you look at it, how do you look? Clear. But suppose muddy water, what is the reflection? Shaking water, how is the reflection? Distorted, like that. Mind is, your every mood will be reflected. That is why the person, when he is abiding in himself, becomes so sensitive to other people's feelings, because immediately you can catch it, because you are like 100% awake. Slightest change in the other person, you catch it. That is why you know whether the fellow is cheating you, telling a lie, his moods are not right, now he is in a good mood, what exactly is thinking, you can pick it up. You can just pick it up, because clean. But if your mind, how are you going to pick up? Because you are already miserable. So how are you going to pick up? You cannot pick up anything. Impossible. So when then it will be distorted images. Because you are angry, you think the other persons all are must be angry. They are all planning to destroy me. Because you are getting that, because you feel hurt, you feel affected, so you think everybody is planning to destroy you. Nobody is here to cooperate. Nobody is doing these things to me. All these things will the person. You are absolutely quiet. You think everybody is wonderful, everybody is peaceful. That is why when Duryodhana, he was sent to find out a good man in Hastina. In the kingdom, he was asked to go, find out a good man and come. So he comes back and says, in this kingdom, every fellow is a rogue, every fellow is a rascal, there is not a single good man in this place. Yudhishthira was sent, go and find out a good man. Yudhishthira goes there and says, every person is so nice in this kingdom. I was the stupid one looking for a bad man. Why? Both people reflect themselves. When you are angry, short-tempered, you cannot even recognize goodness. Understand? You cannot recognize goodness because you have never experienced goodness. And the person who is good, happy with himself, he shall accept everybody's limitation. Therefore, he will not say they are rogues. Oh, this is how it is, but he will change. Don't worry. So you will not condemn anybody because you know at one time you are stupid, but now you are happy with yourself. So everybody will do the same thing. That's what you will see. When Bhagavad Gita comes, you will see. Krishna says, there is nobody stupid in this world. No bad thing. Kshipram bhavati bharmatma. Satsva santi nigacchati. Even if a person is PhD in misconduct, Kshipram dharmatma bhavati. Very quickly he becomes a dharmatma. Why? If he is exposed to this knowledge, he will change. Not knowing I was drinking poison, not knowing I was eating all the time sweet, knowing that it is going to kill me, shall I do it? You cut it off. At least you know you should cut off. Not knowing you are smoking, now that you know that it will give you cancer, you cut it off. You may feel little pulled towards it, but you cut it off. Same thing here. When you are happy with yourself, this is what happens. You accept everything as it is. Paschannaro vivekena tat katham kartumarati. So what you are doing during your ignorance, you are not going to do it anymore. So there is no more creating chain reactions of misery or hurt feelings. You are happy with yourself, you distribute happiness. If somebody is not interested in it, what can you do about it? But you don't make yourself miserable, nor you make anybody else miserable. Okay? Having told, then the next one is read. Please read. Vidya phalam syad asato nivrittihi pravrittirajnana phalam tadikshitam tadjñayo yan mrugatrishnikado no ched vidam drushta phalam kimasmat vidya phalam syad asato nivrittihi pravrittirajnana phalam tadikshitam tadjñayoryan mrugatrishnikado no ched vidam drushta phalam kimasmad. Beautiful. Vidya phalam syat asato nivritti. Vidya phalam, the result of knowledge is asataha nivritti. No more you are affected by the asat, the continuously changing universe, body, sense organs, all your thoughts. Pravrittirajnana phalam tadikshitam. And what is the ajnana phalam? What is that? Is the result of the ignorance. The ignorance triggers you, pravritti, makes you to look for happiness in the visible changing universe. These are the two things. In wisdom, nivritti. You are happy with yourself, no more dependent on the creation. In ignorance, there is pravritti. There is natural search for happiness in the wrong places. See, please appreciate. When the person is searching for happiness in the wrong places, we think he is very practical. Because he is searching outside, and he is engaged in various types of activity. Please take this statement, because there is such conditionings around it, it becomes very dangerous. Please understand, keeping yourself busy in the world is not ignorance. But looking for happiness in your engagement is ignorance. You must see that. Keeping yourself busy in the world is not ignorance. Involving yourself in family, taking up a job, producing wealth, doing everything for everybody, going around the world, producing vegetables, getting involved with art, painting, music, dance, anything is not ignorance. Looking for happiness in that is ignorance. As even running away from all these things is not wisdom. But looking for, understand, running away from everything is not wisdom. Being isolated also is not wisdom. Why? Because if you are looking for happiness in isolation, in renunciation, that is also ignorance. One man is searching for happiness in involvement, engagement. Another person is searching for happiness in renunciation. Who is better? Rende useless. Both are stupid. You are getting that? Because why both are useless? I am looking for happiness in some place where it is not. I am running away from unhappiness in some place where it is not. There is no unhappiness in the world for you to run away from. There is no happiness in the world for you to look for. So man who is running towards the world, is he better, or the man who is running away from the world looking for happiness? Who is better? Both are fools, because both are deluded. Then what should I do? For your sustenance, go to the world. For your happiness, go to yourself. How balanced. For your sustenance, are you getting that? For your sustenance, you go to the world. And you need to. Sustenance does not mean only rice and vegetable. That is physical sustenance. Emotionally also, you must be sustained. You can have an emotionally stable relationship. What is wrong with that? Love, affection, happy with yourself. But with one person you connect. By chance you connect, what is wrong with it? That is where comes marriage, that is where comes settlement, that is where you live together. And a person says, no, I don't want to get involved with one person. Excellent. Be happy with yourself, be happy with everybody. No problem. Please. If you are looking for happiness in the outside world, in your involvement, it is ignorance. That is your pravritti. You get pushed into activity. Nivritti is when you are happy with yourself. Therefore, there is no reason to get involved for happiness' sake. But you cannot escape your involvement with the world for the sake of your living. Are you getting that point? You cannot escape. That is why when you highlight everybody must go into caves, and a wise person means living in a desert or living in a mountain top or living in somewhere, then naturally you are creating a bad trend. You are setting a real bad example. For some time you can withdraw. Listen carefully. For some time you can withdraw. As I told you, it is contextual. For some time you withdraw. Now you have come to this place 1 or 2 years. Why? Because comfortable, convenient ambience. If I am with the home, with the people, then every day I have to my mother, my father, my husband, my wife, my child, my friend, my job, my money, my bank, my security, my income tax. Oh boy, boy, boy. Too much involvement. So I listen. Why people don't get the result of this teaching? Because half an hour morning they listen to it. That is the morning class. Then 23.5 hours everything else. So this half an hour has no capacity to counteract the 23.5 hours. But the 23.5 hours cut off the half an hour. That 1 hour of spiritual thing counteracts the 23 hours of things. Because the person thinks, that is why he thinks, life is different, God is different. Most people will tell you that. Religion is different, life is different. When I am businessman, I am a businessman. Cutthroat businessman. Because the fellow justifies himself. When I am a businessman, I am a businessman. Cutthroat. Nobody. Like yesterday, somebody has given a wise talk somewhere. He is the big CEO, big executive of a big company. He says, what is your success formula? Obsession with money. You must be obsessed with money. Then only you can make business. True? So, by the time you make money and come back, your wife is gone, your husband is gone, your children are finished. That don't worry about it. But you must be obsessed with money. There are no friends. Yes, you can make money, no doubt. People think psychopaths are friends. That is the trouble. You are surrounded by people, but they are not friends. They are psychopaths. They will be just like the rats in the ship. The moment the water comes into the ship, the rat goes. They don't stay there. So once you start sinking, none of these fellows will be around. Because they are psychopaths. Understand? Please. So this should be very clearly understood. Pravritti, nivritti. When you are You cannot escape being involved with the life, but don't look for happiness there. You cannot escape looking for happiness. Find the happiness in yourself and be with the world for your, not only your sustenance, but also for everybody else's sustenance. Every person has to find this. Our trouble, friends, today is the secular world says, be rich, you'll be happy, have a good car, good road, good everything, you shall be happy. Disappointed. So the religious brigade comes in. Religion, all the religion brigades, they come in, they say, my God, my establishment, my practice, my song will make you happy. You don't understand. If there is a cause for your happiness, that shall be the cause of your unhappiness. This much understanding doesn't go into people's skull. I don't say head, okay? Because it's not a head, it's a skull. This much understanding doesn't go into the head that if somebody becomes the cause of your happiness, that somebody shall be cause of your unhappiness. Anything that shall be cause of your security shall be cause of your insecurity. So if a religion becomes the cause of my solace, what it shall be? It shall be cause of my desperation. That is why Vedanta is not a religion. It tells you, you are happiness. Just say, don't find solace in Vedanta. Nonsense. Find solace in yourself. Be yourself. That is why it's not a religion. Okay? Please see that. There is no question of your transferring your happiness to some place. It is in yourself. That is secular knowledge or religion. Whoever with mind, individual, must direct the person towards himself. By directing the person towards himself to find his happiness, you are not making the person selfish. That is the ultimate way for selflessness. Because when the person finds his happiness in himself, stability in himself, he shall no more be intolerant to part with everything that he has. When you are unhappy, you sell everything. You have to exploit others. Because you are unhappy, you cannot just give away. Think, just think. You shall see for yourself. Where you are unhappy, you shall demand a price for every transaction. That is why the so-called love is a transaction. Because there is no wisdom there. I give you this, I love you. Listen, I love you. It's a spoken statement. Unspoken statement is, you must do whatever I expect you to do. That's the unspoken statement. It's a transaction. Just like religious transaction, the conversion is a transaction. We shall give you school. Announcement is, we shall open a school for you. We shall open a hospital for you. We shall provide the food for you. We shall provide the dress for you. Those are the spoken statement. World is impressed. What is the unspoken statement? Sell your soul. Exchange it with your soul. You must follow us. That is unspoken statement. And the whole world is so stupid because in our personal life we are stupid. No. How are you going to see the stupidity in other place? Our personal life we are stupid because all the time we are living on total hypocrisies. I love you. You really love me? I see. Why are you so desperate to love others? For a change, why don't you say one day, I love myself? No. Your conditioning has killed you to say that you love yourself. But if you love yourself, that means you are being stupid. You don't understand. You are being selfish. It's not true. Why is it that everybody must say, I love him, I love you, I love the whole country, I love the whole world? Is there that much love inside you? Or that much of emptiness inside you? I love the whole world. Why? Because they make me happy. Right? Just ask that question. Why do you say, I love my dog? Please think, please, I'm not, I'm so frustrated with this type of falsehoods, hypocrisies. People, you take a simple statement, I love my dog. Why? Do you know why? Because the dog doesn't demand anything from you, but gives you pure satisfaction all the time. Suppose by chance there is a human being enters into a dog, there is an individuality enters into a dog, and the dog also starts demanding, wherever you go, take me. By chance the dog starts demanding, wherever you go, take me. How come you are sleeping in the air-conditioned room, I am lying down on this dirty candle, I will also go into your room. You are eating that food, you are giving me dog food. Why I don't want dog food? You are eating in fancy plates, I am eating on an aluminum plate or a china, I don't want that. Suppose the dog starts demanding, will you love the dog? Get the fellow out. Get the fellow out from here today. Who does he think? It's a dog's life. What does he think? He wants to live life like us. So what happened to your love? What happened to your love now? Because the dog doesn't demand. Who do you love in life? Whoever doesn't create any problem for you. Whoever remains satisfied with whatever you give him. Or whatever you don't give. What do people say? Oh, so nice he is, he's so cute, he's so nice, doesn't ask for anything, power, doesn't ask for anything, doesn't demand anything, very nice person. Does he do out of strength or weakness? If he's a wise man, he can do out of strength. Like a wise person goes one day for a job, he wants to just really test out himself. He goes for a job. He goes to the landlord who owns a big orchard, mango orchard. And the person interviews him. What is your name? The person says, in whatever name you call me. He says, I am your slave. I am come to work for you. Whatever name the master gives. What can you do? Whatever the master says. Where shall you sleep? Where the master provides. What shall you eat? Whatever the master provides. The man, he said, okay, you stay here. Nice person, stay here. At the end of the day, one day the master comes and visits, all the trees are hanging with fruits, mango fruits. Everything is guarded, everything is well kept. Then he says, go to the garden. Can you bring me the sweetest mango? He says, forgive me, sir, I don't know which is the sweetest mango. He said, you mean to say that you have not tasted mango anywhere near? He said, no, I am here to look after the trees. I am not here to taste the trees, taste the mangoes. Then he said, you must be the scent. He gives a name of some scent. And that person happened to be that scent. Because he chose to be a slave. Whatever you ask me to, I do. Taste of it. When the ordinary man does it, out of meekness, weakness. Why? Afraid. If I demand, they'll ask me to go. Whatever you give me, I'll take it. He eats rice and leftover, but he dreams. They are eating nice food. They are giving only this much to me. Okay, but I should eat it. Why? By chance I ask for, they will ask me to go. No, better eat it. So it is out of frustration, weakness, fear, anxiety, not out of wisdom. Are you getting that point, please? Can you really love people? And to love people, you must love yourself. That is the beginning. Then you know you shall respect the other people. Why? As infinite I am, that infinite they are. As immortal I am, that immortal they are. As divine I am, that divine they are. Shivoham Shivo. I am Shivaha, they are also Shivaha. Shivoham Shivastvam. You are also the Shiva. Therefore, I respect you all the time. That's why that word Namaste. Namaste means what? Namaste is not folding the hand. Namaha Te. Te Tubhyam, to you, the God in you. The same truth here, same truth there. Namaskar. So, doing namaskar to somebody, for ordinary man, it is the sign of power, acknowledgement, as to who should greet whom. For the wise man, anybody, namaste. What's wrong with it? Why? Because you are the God walking on this earth. At this moment, not knowing yourself. So please, pravritti, Ishvara, 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 Ishvara. So once you are a wise person, you choose pravritti as well as nivritti. Both way, fine. You are no more looking for happiness here and there. Whereas ignorant person looks for happiness in indulgence as well as in denial. That is why it becomes a problem. So this is the difference, like tad gya gyayor yagni mruga trishnikado tat gya agya agya gya agya. Gya means janati ti gya, one who knows, janati. Agya means na janati ti agya. So gya agya yoho, between the wise and the ignorant, like mrugatrishnikado, like in the mirage. The ignorant sees the water in the mirage, runs after it. The wise one sees in the mirage, runs away from it. He doesn't go to, he knows there is no water there. Both see mirage. When one takes it real and goes towards it looking for water, other knows it is appearance, it returns. Both see the world. Listen, ignorant sees happiness in the world, runs towards it. Wise man sees happiness in the world. Wise man sees happiness in the world, runs away from the world. No, uses the world for sustenance. Does not run to the world for happiness. Are you getting that point? Here, with subject being happiness, the ignorant runs towards the world looking for happiness. Wise man doesn't have to run towards the world for happiness. Don't put it together. Since he does not run to the world for happiness, suddenly don't say he is no more interested in the world. He is not interested in the world for happiness, not for sustenance. Are you getting that point, please? Or that is why the religion has become so crazy. Because if you are a religious person means, if you are interested in scripture and other thing means, you should not be interested in anything else. What is this? For your happiness, you should not be interested in anything else. You are happy with yourself. For your sustenance, for the sustenance of others. Please appreciate. That is why you can see those religions, those who do not talk about happiness, they don't talk about truth, they don't talk about happiness, some God somewhere, but they talk about the immediate sustenance and immediate knowledge. School, college, hospital. Naturally, they are very popular around the world. Why? Because everybody shall say they are practical. That can lead you to total frustration is a different thing later on. But immediately that is helpful. Are you getting that? Immediately education is helpful. Immediately health is helpful. So they catch the imagination of the world. So everybody thinks they are very practical people. But in the process what happens? You got into different identity problem. But by the time that comes up, your food is taken care, your job is taken care, your life is taken care. And you are not interested in immortality, absolution and freedom. So by the time you discover the subtler dimensions of life, you are so much overtaken by this secular obsession or the body or the world or the wealth or other things that you give up. It doesn't matter. Then you don't believe in a God, you don't believe in anything. And then you die. It's okay to die just like that. You understand the whole picture? So very rich, well educated, good job, produce money, completely far away from everything subtle. a die-hard materialist. It's like existentialist philosophers. What you see is the real. So totally convenience becomes the rule. Only few people can live that life. Others get into deep problem. Deep emotional problem comes up because the person doesn't know anything about himself. That is why educated people become more frustrated, more dangerous. Uneducated person is frustrated, but he can't be dangerous because he has no power, no position. But educated person becomes more frustrated and more dangerous because they control the whole country, continents. Think. So when you balance it both, happy with myself, but I need the world. That is why education must be given. And if this knowledge becomes the part of the education, imagine what a world it will be. Part of the education when? Not when you are 4th standard, 5th standard, 9th, 10th standard, little should be given. In college, complete, it should be given. Then you be happy with yourself. And of course you are an aeronautical engineer, or you are a painter, artist, musician, or for your living sake, happy with yourself. For sustenance, you are doing something. For your sustenance, how much things you need? Think. For your sustenance, how much things you need? Come on. That is why agrarian economy is good enough. If there is food to eat, some clothes to wear, not necessarily designer clothes. Enough. On roof, roti, kapada, makan. There should be some food to eat, some dress to wear, and there is a roof. Rest of the time, Brahman, absolute, always happy. And therefore culture becomes intense culture, dance, drama, music, literature. That becomes beautiful. This all thing goes into creativity. But suppose your living means roti, food, but you get obsessed with food. 1,000 variety, 10,000 varieties, new things, finished. Dress. Ordinary piece of cloth will cover your body. What is that designer cloth will cover which the ordinary cloth cannot cover? But how much money on designer clothes? Think of it. Makan, house. A house is necessary. How many designer houses? Okay, creativity is there. Just think of it. And no time finding himself. But all time spent in looking for happiness. All time spent in looking for happiness. But no time to find out where the happiness is. It's like the fellow is telling, no time for exercise. But he has all the time to fall sick and be in the hospital. You can lie down in hospital for 3 months, but you have no time for exercise. The whole life is spent looking for happiness, but no time to find where the happiness is. It's like a man, one day he was cutting that, what is that? Wood. He was cutting that wood in an axe. And when he was cutting, because the edge is blunted, it takes 5 hours to cut one tree. So one friend goes and asks him, what are you wasting your time for? So much of energy spent. Why don't you sharpen the blunt edge? No time. He has no time just to sharpen the blunt edge. But he has 5 hours time to go on to cut one single tree. Exactly like that. No time to be happy. But looking for happiness, whole life is spent. No time to find out where the happiness is. But whole time is spent for, life is spent for looking for happiness. What a trouble, eh? Think. Okay. So, the wise one sees the mirage. and knows it is a mirage. It doesn't depend on it. Ignorant knows a mirage, doesn't know it's a mirage and runs after it. That is why, so even when you say ignorant wise man doesn't run after it, means wise man run away from the world? No. No more looks for happiness in the world, but uses the world for his sake. Okay? Alright. Nachet disham vidam društaphalam kim asmat. If it is not so, vidam, for the wise people, what is the speciality of wisdom? This is what the speciality of wisdom. This is the phala, where he is no more deluded, happy with himself, using the world. Bas, not running away from the world. Can you run away from the world? Okay, let us take that statement in English. Running away from the world. Can you run away from the world? Where shall you go? People who say run away from the world means what? Run away from the family, right? Running away from the family, because your world is your family, 5 people. Okay, you can run away from the family. Can you run away from memory? So where is the running away? Neither running away will solve the problem. It's like that monkey. The monkey was one day sitting down, he was on a tree, jumping into water, coming up, jumping into water, coming up. 3, 4 monkeys were doing it. You must observe those monkeys once in a while. It's so funny. Anyway, I remember one day one fellow was jumping, there was one pipe, water was falling, small fountain, water was falling and there is water flowing down like this. There is a tree near that. The monkeys will jump exactly onto that fountain and one fellow will hold that one and spray. He'll do that and they will spray. So everybody else will be wet. So other monkeys will come and push him out. Other fellow sit down and spray. It was so funny, so funny. And then the small one will hold the other big one's tail and he will jump. It's so funny. And suppose these 4 monkeys, they saw the water is flowing and there is a lot of fish inside. And they suddenly, compassion overtakes them. Monkeys that they are. Monks, same thing. So, compassion overtakes poor fish, all drowning, removes, puts it out. Removes, puts it out. What will happen? In their compassion, they are removing the poor fish from the water. It will be dead, no? Now, religion takes you away from the stream of life, plants you on a cave, on a religious establishment. Do you know what are they doing? They are killing you. Because the water is the place for the fish. Society, relationship is place for the man. Don't take them away. If you are taking them away, it's like taking them away like a hospital. In hospital, you are for some time to go back to the mainstream. You come to the studies to go back to the mainstream, to live with the whole creation, not to be an isolated phenomenon. If you choose to be alone, it's a different thing. You are happily alone. But being lonely and miserable inside the cave is not solving the problem. Please understand. Okay, having told this, now further he goes on reading. Read how it is. Ajnana Hrudaya Granthe Vinaso Yadyasheshatah Anichor Vishaya Kimnu Pravrutte Karanam Swatah Ajnana Hrudaya Granthe Vinasho Yadyasheshatah Anichor Vishaya Kimnu Pravrutte Karanam Swatah. Ajnana Hrudaya Grantehe Vinasa Asesata Yadi. If Ajnana Hrudaya Granthi, the knot of the heart completely goes. Now you see that word has come. Hrudaya Granthi. Hrudaya Granthi in Sanskrit means 3 things. Avidya, Kama, Karma. traditionally, when you are exposing yourself to this knowledge, you become a brahmachari. That is the time they call themselves brahmachari, brahmacharini and all that, because initial student. And they are given also initiated into, because Veda Patha, you are initiated into brahmachari life. That is the time they give you the thread. So that is the beginning of a, you can say perhaps like a caste system like. Because those who went to study Vedas, they started putting the thread. Suppose one brother is there, one man is there, he has 3 sons. One fellow started cultivating, he is a farmer. One fellow started music, he is a musician. One fellow started learning these Vedas. So there the tradition is, when you go there, you have to be initiated. Why? Because you have to remember this Hrudaya Granthi. That is why the thread is given. Why the thread is given? Not to scratch your back when it is, you can't reach. You can't reach that place, so it's very good. Backside empty the body, so there is kosu, mosquito biting in unreachable places. So take the thread and, or there is no button in the pant. So tie it down. Or the dhoti is falling apart, big tondi and a big stomach. So it is falling down, so put it on, tie it down. So the thread is not given for that. The tradition is 3 strands are given to that boy. 3 strands. Why? Because it will remind you. Avidya, kama, karma and granthi, there is a nut. So I am a brahmachari now, ignorant jiva. I am ignorant individual. I must cut this knot of avidya, kama, karma. Avidya means ignorance of myself. Listen how beautiful it is. Ignorance of myself. What is wrong with ignorance of myself? Because I am not aware of myself, because I am not conscious of myself, I don't know about myself, that I am the happiness, naturally desire comes up. Ignorance of the happiness of yourself triggers your search for happiness. Why everybody looks for happiness? Listen carefully. Everybody doesn't look for car. Everybody doesn't look for money. Everybody does not look for pleasure. Everybody does not look for everything. But everybody looks for happiness. Everybody does not look for indulgence. Everybody doesn't look for isolation. But everybody looks for happiness in indulgence, or everybody looks for happiness in isolation, renunciation. Happiness everybody looks for. That is a natural thing. That is why avidya. Once you are ignorant that you are happiness, next thing is kama. You shall look for yourself, and that is why there will be desire. Kama. Kama means desire. Kama. Kamana. Desire. Why? I want to be happy. That is the main desire. That is the main thing. Okay, that is the source. Main desire is I want to be happy. With what? Million things. Want to be happy is one thing. I want the happiness is one thing. How shall I be happy? With million things. Listening to music, sound, touch, taste, smell, sight, indulgence, renunciation, this, that, holding on to this, holding on to that, giving up this, giving up that. And when this desire comes up, please see, beautiful observation. When the desire comes up, karma, when the thought really bugs you inside, the desire bugs you, obsession overtakes you, you cannot resist karma, action. That is why the physical restlessness has its root in the mental restlessness. You are physically, if you are fidgety, totally restful. Why? Because mind inside is totally restful. And mind, your body is restless because your mind is restless. The fellow cannot keep quiet. Sit down for some time just like a monkey. Observe the monkey. He can't sit down quietly. Same thing like this monk, monkey. Sits down in the room. Okay, pick up this book. Ajnana Hridaya Grantehe. Enough. Ajnanodaya Granthe. So Swami has told us, now what to do? This magazine is there. Newspaper, this thing happened, that happened. Same news every day. Hey, what are you doing? Just see the monkey. Just get out of the room. Hey, what are you doing? No, why? Hey, come, what is he sitting in the room? Come, let's go for a walk. Then go for a... Where shall we go? We'll go for that. We'll go to the gate. Hey, oh my God, these flowers, this rose, very nice. Oh, smells, very good, very good. Then Shiva is lying down there. Hey, don't look at me. Now Shiva, when you say Shiva is lying down, then suddenly you read the rose plant and you are playing with Shiva. Then another person, hey, why don't you come and do some work here? There is a mango tree. Swami said you should water it. And then tomorrow, busy. Very busy. Busy with busy with what? You understand restlessness. This is exact. Restless means you cannot do anything except feeling you are very busy. Because mind is busy, doing nothing, but physically no activity. Very busy. Absolutely busy. So busy you can't even fix up your own room. Book is open and kept, open and kept for next 3 days. It's all right. That sometimes people leave their dhoti soaking in the water for 3 days only. So everybody has to come, hey, whose dhoti is this? I don't know. You understand? I mean, you people enjoy because you don't do all this, others. This is restlessness, understand? Kamana. Ishvara. And naturally that puts karma, pushes. And when karma you do, karma phala, result of action. If you do, there is a result. If you don't do also, there is a result. Don't say because you are inactive, there is no result. Inactivity also, laziness also has a result. What is that laziness result? Non-achievement. Non-achievement. You don't achieve anything in life. Frustration comes in. Avidya, kama, karma. And you are miserable in life. So when you do the nasha, that is the day they give you sannyas. When you understand this truth for yourself, and you want to take a brahmachari name from Suddha Chaitanya, you want to become Suddhananda, that is the time they take the snap it. That nut is snapped, they cut it, free. No more thread, you don't have to do any puja, ritual, nothing. Finish. You are ritualistically freed from every obligation, from every activity, including your own death ceremony. Because that day you are supposed to be dead. Ahankar is dead, I is gone. So you are not dead. You are no more dying, therefore your Shraddha ceremony is done during their sannyas. That is also finished. You are finished. That is why we are doing Ganapati Homam for Swamiji's health. Mrityunjaya Homam for... The fellow is not there, what are you doing? Do Homam for him? He is not supposed to be there. What are you doing? Ayusha Homam for Swami. It's a waste of time. Of course, if the fellow has take it simply for the clothes' sake, then you have to be miserable, do every nonsense for him. For what? Please appreciate. When this with avidya granthi nasa, that avidya kama karma, this thing goes away, asesatah anichor vishaya kimnu pravrutte karanam sutah. Swatah karanam pravrutte kimnu. Since he is happy with himself, by itself, can somebody, by itself, can the body go and do something? By itself, can the sense organ go and look for something? By itself, can a thought move? And I am not interested to use my mind, I am not interested to use my body, I am not interested to use my sense organ, I am not interested to use my things for the happiness sake. So your movement for happiness sake doesn't exist. Don't extend it to the realm of living. To keep yourself alive, your movement exists. Traditionally, orthodoxy, they don't make that subtle difference between the two. Then say for happiness, he never moves out. Immediately, he does not do any pravritti, no activity at all. Meaning, simply sitting under a tree. And rather, if somebody is active, they shall say what? Rajasic sannyasi. Other day, one fellow came to our ashram some 10-15 years back. There was one boy who was managing our place. And one Swami came and he had nice food, nice lunch, everything. He was staying there because you have told the manager that time, that whoever sadhu comes, you must give them 1 or 2 days rest. Because it's tradition, you give them. And the person comes and says, then he starts his wise commentary. He has nothing else to do. Restless. So he says, oh, this is very nice ashram, big place. Madras that time, she was not existing. Oh, very nice place. Oh, where is Swamiji? Swamiji has gone abroad. Oh, this, was telling Swami Chinmayan, and he told them, when you put me in a good company, I was very happy anyway. I was not there, that fellow was telling, these Swamis, and your Swami also, they are all very Rajasic Swamis. Very, very restless. They are my student, so it was perfect. So he said, yes, they are really very, very Rajasic, because if they are not Rajasic, how will you have a sattvic food here being tamasic? I patted that boy because he was studying with me all the time. Beautiful statement he gave him. He said, if Swamiji is not Rajasic, if he doesn't hang around the world, go around the world to bring things, so how can you get sattvic food being tamasic? Oof. You understand? Because people they extend it too far. So no activity. So Moksha Shastra. I am teaching only Moksha Shastra. I have no other social programs. I don't deal with that. Why? Only Moksha. So by the time the missionaries hijack the whole thing, now their school open, by the time they taught him such things that you are mentally not ready for any other thing in life. Because you are finished. Think for it. That is where society needs, understand. You don't need Christian teaching, Hindu teaching or Muslim teaching or this type of teaching. No such religious teaching as such, What you need is about yourself. If you want to make it a religion, choice is yours. Not about this God, that God, this God. No. But then tradition is so beautiful. That is why Upanishad, when you say Vedic teaching, you don't call it when a Hindu, because that name doesn't exist. It is like when you say science, it is not European science. Because law of gravity was discovered by Newton, and Newton is happened to be British. Does it make it a British gravity? British truth. If somebody discovers a medicine for cancer, suppose a German scientist discovers a medicine for cancer, does it become German medicine? It's a universal medicine for universal cure. If in Vedic tradition there is a vision which helps the person understand himself, and what is that self? Universal. So shall you call it Indian? Shall you call it Hindu? No. If you name so, you are keeping yourself away from it. If somebody says this is Hindu truth, you are destroying the truth itself. It is meant for human beings, like a medicine. It doesn't matter. It's discovered in America, but it's not American medicine. Ayurveda, discovered maybe in India. It doesn't make Indian medicine. It is medicine. For whom? Disease. For which person? Anybody suffers. Same thing, knowledge of yourself. Give it. Okay. So, anyway, it doesn't matter. So, pravritte karanam, so there is no more any restlessness looking for happiness in the world, because you are happy with yourself. For sustenance, you get yourself busy. Okay, read the next one. Vasana mudayo bhogye vairagyasya tadavadhi aham bhavodaya bhavaha bodhasya paramavadhi lina vritteranutpattihi Maryado paratastusa Vasana nudayo bhogye Vairagyasya tadavadhi Aham bhavodaya bhavaha Bodhasya paramavadhi Lina vritteranutpattihi Maryada poratestusa. Beautiful language, he says. Vasana anudaya bhogye vairagyasya tadavadhi. Tada vairagyasya avadhi. That is the fulfillment of dispassion. When vasana anudaya. When you are dispassionate, listen. When you are dispassionate, you shall have no more tormentation, torture by the vasana. The vasana will not rise. I will explain to you, clearly appreciate. What is vairagya? Dispassion is, remember, Vishayeshu bhogatyaga. Vishayeshu bhogatyaga, not Vishayatyaga. Dispassion is not renunciation of the object, but renunciation of the bhoga in the object. Listen. When you are looking for pleasure in the object, you get pulled by the object. Tell me, object pulls you or the sense of pleasure pulls you? When you don't want to touch that leaf which is, khuzli, bichwadi, you understand that ivy, poison ivy? If you don't want to touch that poison ivy, why? You remember how you will be scratching for next 1 hour with beautiful bumps on your body. So what are you hating? The leaf or the pain? The pain. You don't hate the leaf. Because that leaf also has got medicinal quality. You can make juice out of it and drink. That's no problem. You don't hate the leaf. You leave the pain. When you think of an object, do you think of the object? Rasgulla. What excites you about rasgulla? The shape, size or the taste? The pleasure. What excites you? Any object, a sound, taste, touch, smell, anything. What excites you? Pleasure. The pleasure. But now I know in everything, in reality, they cannot give me the happiness. They can give me a sensation. So, once you don't have that sense of pleasure in that object, now will that thought come? Thought come for what? Are you getting that? How you have counteracted every thought? When you don't, you will not miss an object which doesn't give you happiness. I'm talking very ordinary man's language. A thought can come by itself, no problem. But that thought will keep coming, which you think, object of which will give you happiness. You think for yourself. Understand? What you think will give you happiness, that object will give you happiness. Or you think, if that one goes away, I shall be happy, then there is a negative type of thinking. That mind also say, when is he going to go? When is he going to go? Why is he so long here? I don't know why he settled down here. Appa, he came for a day, now staying for 10 days. Oh, he came for 5 days, or staying for 5 months. Oh, I thought they're moving and visiting me and my wife, my brother or uncle or somebody is visiting us for 5 days. Now, Swamiji, 5 months, they are not talking of going. I don't know what to do. So you are miserable. Why? Because absence will make you happy. Another misery is, I don't know when they will come. Their presence will make me happy. Acha. Apart from these two things, what other things you think about? Do you think about your grinding stone? Anybody? I'm thinking every day, Swami, I'm missing my grinding stone. No, Swamiji, in my house there is a, this food tray, what is that? You wash, what is that English word for that? Papoch. When you step into your room, you have to wash wipe your feet and go. Huh? Doormat. Doormat. Right, the doormat. Do you miss your doormat? Swamiji, I must go home. Why, what happened? Doormat. Why? There is no pravritti, no nivritti about it. Dining chair, I am missing suddenly my dining chair. Anybody? Missing the dining chair? I work with a garden instrument, missing. He's coming, hunting him in my dream. I have been dreaming about my, that gardening instrument. Anybody? Why don't you do that? Because its presence doesn't give you happiness, or absence doesn't give you happiness. Neither presence gives you unhappiness, absence gives you unhappiness. Indifferent. But you miss another person, a man or woman, another thing which gives you a sensation. Pravritti, nivritti. So if you are a person, no more seeing happiness there, vairagya, dispassion, okay, vasana, anudaya. So your dispassion is complete when such thoughts do not come up which torment you. So every thought is like gardening instrument, footmat. Footmat and doormat. A stupid word. Word is stupid or I can remember? Can you be conscious? One wrong statement you give, you can pass on the responsibility. This morning I was reading, before I coming, I was picking up the book and reading. In that big Vivekachudamani book, there is a thread in the middle to give the bookmark. So I had kept it out like that and I was reading. And reading that is flying on the breeze and making ta-da-da, like this. I said, what? Suddenly, when it goes like this, the mind thinks, some rat is coming or some insect is flying, Oh! After I am holding that, after doing that, I said, hey, I kept my hand there. I said, what was that? I saw that I said, this is. How the mind reacts? It is a thread, but mind says it is a, insect. Now, what is your reaction? Oh, okay, hold it. What is that? Nothing. What is that? Oh, so I put my hand onto that. Cha, all right. How wise you feel? Stupid, no? That's what it is. Conscious. Activities, if you are like that, nothing touches you. So, all thoughts come. Doormat. You don't miss or don't miss. Then you choose the nose. You choose the nose. Okay, I am missing. Go for it. Why? After all, life has to be some excitement. No, if everything is, are you going to cinema? If you say yes, yes. If you don't say, don't say yes. Shall we go for a dinner? If you like, you go. Okay, if I don't also. After some time, nobody will invite you for nothing. Why? Because all your decisions are other people, no? Why do you think people don't ask you for anything? Because of your sheer enthusiasm. Because you are not interested. Because you are stupidly philosophical. Something is beautiful, appreciate it. Something is ordinary. Sensitivity. Then your living becomes absolute full. No, I am always in the room. Why don't you go and let's go to the forest, walk in the mountain? Yeah, let's go. Some enthusiasm. Then another day will call you, come, let's go. Conscious. Another day say, since you are going 2 times with him, come, let's go. Why? We'll go to the shop and have a cool drink. No. That's not the place. You know where to go. Choice is yours. Okay, so that is vasana. So vairagya, dispassion gets fulfillment when these thoughts are no more vasana, no more triggers any activity. Next. Aham bhavodaya bhava bodhasya paramavadi. Bodhasya paramavadi. The end of your knowledge is aham bhavasya udaya avadhi. Aham bhavasya udaya abhava. I thought doesn't come. Listen. Aham bhavasya udaya abhava. The I thought does not rise. Now suddenly you say, oh, yo, for me always I thought rising. Look, I told you, let it rise. But it is a color ID. You don't have anything to do with it. Then it is as well not rising. Don't take it literally. I thought never comes up. If you are not there, why are you worried about I thought coming? Are you getting that? You take a goat to the forest. Okay? You take a goat to the forest and tie it down. Suppose there is no tiger in the forest. Will it come? And if the tiger comes, means what? Oh. That means there is a tiger there. Yet thought is come. Reaction comes means I is there. No reaction? Listen. No reaction? Oh, I thought is not there. No. Understand? No reaction can come out of laziness also. Lethargy also. Forgetfulness also. No reaction is not wisdom. You choose not to react. Are you getting that point, please? No reaction can be lethargy. You are incapable of reacting, incapable of responding. No reaction is not wisdom. Choosing not to react. So let the I thought come. So what? That the knife is there is a problem, or you use the knife is a problem. That there is sugar in your house is a problem, that you eat it for your diabetes is a problem. So that the thought is there is a problem, that you use the thought is a problem. Are you getting that point, please? So don't remove the thoughts. Thoughts are you. Thoughts are your company. Thoughts are needed. Body is needed. Creation is needed. Everything is needed. And what is needed is more is your understanding of yourself, who you are. So don't take it literally. Ahankar, I thought never comes up. This, when you listen to this type of statement, that will put you guilt for the rest of your life. You can't move after that. You know, I thought is coming, what is there? I don't think I will ever understand it. I thought is always coming. And same thing, so many desires are there. There is no vairagya dispassion. So you come to the class to get guilt for the rest of your life and die. That is how people come to the knowledge and feel frustrated and go, instead of feeling relieved. Because such teaching, glorious guilt. I thought it's coming, I don't know what to do. Hey. I thought it's coming is not a problem. The other I who says, I don't know what to do, that is the fellow rascal. The picture of the tiger is problem or the tiger is problem? Come on. The picture of the tiger is problem or the tiger is the problem? The I thought is a picture. Is a word, is a name. What does it stand for? The fellow who is feeling, identifying. Subtle, subtle, subtle. Appreciate. The sound came down. We are listening to this, now that sound happened. Immediately your mind will naturally say, what is that? Why? Suppose one thing is falling from here, what will happen? Your mind must have a responsibility to find out, what is this? Oh, simple plastic. All right, go with the class now. But suppose you saw, what is the sound? Cracking. Aha, go, go, go. And, but don't say, oh, when I listen to the class, I don't hear anything. Something wrong with your ears. That's not wisdom. That's all insanity. Please. So it's not rising of the I thought, but you are not identifying with it. Next. Leena vrutteir anutpattihi maryada uparatistu sa. So uparatehe maryada. What is uparati? Where you are totally withdrawn. What is that? Leena vruttehe anutpatti. The thoughts that have gone, leena, resolved, never returns. Uparati, totally withdrawn. You are being with yourself. So this is where I told you, this is become like extreme situations where the person finds it difficult. If these three statements, if you do not understand the context, you shall be permanently damaged. And the thought, when uparati means, withdrawal means, when a person abides in himself, the thoughts that have gone never return. Lina vruttehe anudaya. That never returns. Hey, again take it. That it comes up is not a problem. The tiger doesn't come. Even if the goat is tied down, tiger is not rising. Even if the thoughts are coming, I is not coming to react. Or you choose to react. Respond. Choose to act on the thought. That's your life. Or else how does Krishna fight a battle? How Rama fights a battle? How do you rule a kingdom? How Shankara writes books? How any wise man does anything? If there is no vritti rising, no thought rising, no individuality taking decisions, then how are you going to function in life? Are you getting that point? Please appreciate. In all these things, you are aware of your presence as to who you are, awareness itself. Okay, having told this, then this is how it is. We shall see. Maybe tomorrow, just read it away. Brahma karataya sada sthitataya nirmukta vayarthadihi anya vedita bhogya bhoga kalanaha nidraluvat valavat swapnalokite lokavad jagadidam pasyan kvachit labdhati pasyan kvachit labdhati aste kasyit ananta punya phalabhuk dhanya samanyo bhuvi brahma karataya sada sthitataya nirmukta vayarthadihi anya vedita bhogya bhoga kalanaha nidraluvat valavat swapnalokite Lokaval jagadidam Pashyan kvachi labdadi Aste kasyid Ananta punya phalavuk Dhanya samanyo bhuvi. Bah. He talks about this man who is awakened, living, liberated. How he lives. It's fantastic. We'll see in the afternoon. Always Brahmakaratya, abiding in himself. Nirmukta vayartadi, unaffected by the objects outside. By himself there is no, he chooses not to get involved with anything. Imagine, if somebody chooses to get involved with something, is he free or bound? Free. Are you getting that? If you feel bound only, you are bound. If you are free, should you involve or renounce? Freedom means both. But usually people associate freedom with renunciation only. If you are free means you are free to have as well as free not to have. Free means free to do as well as free not to do. The person who justifies, I am free to do, therefore I should not stop doing, dangerous. Or everybody should not do, that is also dangerous. We'll see that in that. Such a person, absolute freedom, dhanyo samanya bhuvi, like dream, he sees this universe, unaffected yet enjoying, living in this creation. Indeed, dhanya, blessed is he, manya, respected is he. In other people's eyes, in his own eyes, most important. You must be very respected and very blessed in your own eyes. Not that people respect, therefore you are respected. Then the people who choose not to respect, you will be finished. You are blessed because you feel blessed, not because somebody thinks you are blessed. You see it for yourself. We'll see in the afternoon. Close your eyes.